Hello and welcome to gaming and welcome to another eSports boxing video update. It is the May development update for eSports Boxing Club. It just dropped a few hours ago on Twitter, not Twitch, Twitter. That's what I'm going to say. I'm live on Twitch right now recording this. Just stopped my stream to actually talk to you guys about what's happening here, because I know my YouTube audience is very keen to hear all the updates for this game. So I'm reading this for the very first time, as well as maybe some of you guys. Let's go through it together and see what has been announced for the game. So starting off, our story continues to be one of growth and groundbreaking achievements being made by everyone involved at Steel City Interactive. Whilst the roster was always going to be secondary priority for us behind gameplay, we heard the community loud and clear with regards to wanting licensed fighters. Since then, the volume of exclusive licenses we have agreed for you all is nothing short of extraordinary, and I agree wholeheartedly with that point. Some of the announcements for who's in the game, the manufacturers that they've managed to get, super impressive for what started out as a small developer, small games developer, or a smaller studio. They've grown, the studio's grown with the game almost, so it's incredible to see. 230 licensed boxers, trainers, cutmen, promoters, brands, networks. Over 100 world champions. More boxers will be announced. This will continue to be the case as more fighters are added in 2021 and 2022 and beyond. Which I said in the last video. If you didn't see the video about Canelo being announced for the game, I said they could literally announce any boxer as they go along here. You know, we could play the game for a year and they could get a new boxer then and there. So yeah, they could drop some surprises along the way. We are pleased to announce that our very first public play test was carried out inside the studio on the 21st of May. Oh, interesting. So somebody has managed to play the game. The overall feedback was very positive. We are reviewing and working on areas highlighted in the feedback. This is in line with our commitment to provide gamers and boxing fans a game we can be proud of. Steel City Interactive, hit me up, I've emailed you. I'll come down to Sheffield and play the game. Although I suppose I won't be allowed to talk about it, will I, until it launches. I did drop them an email asking if I could maybe do something with the studio, but I've not heard back. I am only a small YouTuber, to be fair. Gameplay features, news about partnerships and new additions to the roster are great news for making ESBC the go-to place for combat gaming. Our focus will never stray away from gameplay, so we are happy to provide you with some following updates. Haymakers have now been implemented into ESBC. Power shots will exist for every punch style. Miss and you could be severely punished with a counter. Hit and you could score a KO. So that seems very much in line with how Fight Night was. The counter system on Fight Night was, you know, if you could dodge a big shot, you could score one on the back end yourself, and that was one of the main ways actually to play Fight Night Champion. And I'm sure that would feel like a familiar play style and a feature to many people. The counting system is now in version 2 testing. Sorry, this has gone through a major overhaul with a point where we feel we have also revolutionized the feature in a boxing game. Oh, interesting. That's very confident of them. We can confirm that players will now be able to counter based on their movement and positioning, rather than relying on just pushing a button and activate a counter window. Very interesting. So that does sound like something totally new in terms of a counter system in a fighting game, pretty much in general actually. That's going to be very interesting to see. Hopefully we will get to see that in action with some sort of gameplay coming up. Let's see what the second side says. AI improvement. This will now include tendencies, strategies, fight styles, all based on how the opponent is fighting, and any publicized weaknesses in career mode, whilst taking the scorecards into account. Defense and offense. We feel combat games in general focus heavily on offensive gameplay. We wanted ESBC to be able... I always stop because I want to make sure I'm getting the initials right. We wanted ESBC to be a game where the player has just as many defensive options as offense. With this version, we have now introduced a new slip system for the player, combining this feature with the back foot combat, countering system, weave system, and footwork system. We're confident this will be the most advanced boxing game ever created. Again, very confident. They're dropping so many confident sound bites. New exclusive partnership integrations, following on from last month's major announcement of major sanctioning bodies being involved. We're delighted to confirm that WBO have joined the ever-increasing exclusive license family. That's pretty high news, isn't it, for them in terms of which organisations they're getting to be in the game. I thought that was already confirmed, to be fair, but obviously not. Canelo Alvarez announcement. We hope you enjoyed the announcement. We appreciate all the support from those of you who followed Still Sit Interactive from the beginning, those of you that kept faith with the studio to deliver the biggest names in boxing. New gameplay trailer. Here's the news that we want to hear. The community response for our alpha gameplay footage was incredible. We're pleased to confirm we will be releasing further videos showing the progression in development. Alongside new gameplay features that we've announced in these updates, we will confirm a date for this when it's ready. Okay, so no date here. That's a shame. I thought we were going to get a date then when I read the title. But there is another gameplay trailer coming. That's what we all want to see. We want to see if there's been more improvements, because the very first gameplay trailer that we saw, so there was some concerns raised. They were acted upon. The studio dealt with that. They showed us in the second trailer. There was a few mentions, myself mentioning sort of the punch weight and how that looks. But I did say in my video about it that I feel like this is something, because we haven't played the game and we're just watching it on screen, you can't always get a feel for how the weight distribution feels until you actually play it yourself. But we'll see with another gameplay trailer. Very exciting news that we're going to be getting one. Hopefully it's soon. Still no mention of a date for early access. Summer was mentioned twice. I keep saying on my videos they mentioned summer twice for early access. We're in summer now, right? Or pretty much. It's June in a couple of days, so hoping that we hear a release date for the early access, but of course it could be July, it could be August. I suppose they could even get away with a late summer, maybe like early September. But we'll keep our eyes out, and you'll hear it all here on Welcome to Gaming. Make sure to subscribe. If you've enjoyed this video, then drop a like. I will keep you up to date with all the news here on the channel, so subscribe.